Oh my God, this is awesome. Real America's Voice, Charlie Kirk. Let's hear. Whenever I have an issue, whenever I watch something that's going on in the news, I'm like, what does Charlie Kirk and Alan Dershowitz have to say about this particular matter? Okay? They're the goats. You know, they are the reasonable minds. I cannot wait to hear what they have to say about Trump being arrested potentially.
You talk about how this is bigger than Trump, about if you're able to do this to political opponents and dissidents, it sets bad precedent, it allows prosecutors to go above and beyond, and it actually makes us less free.
Without a doubt. There was a South American dictator who said, for my friends, everything, for my enemies, the law. You can use the law to get anybody, as Justice Jackson said, or as the KGB had said, show me the man and I'll find you the crime. This is the worst example in my 60 years of practicing criminal law, of targeting somebody for prosecution and then rummaging through the books, giving people immunity and trying to concoct a crime that doesn't exist. And if this is allowed to succeed, none of our liberties is safe. You know, today it's a Republican who's a target. Tomorrow it's a Democrat. And the day after tomorrow, it's your Uncle Charlie or your nephew or your niece. Mm-hmm. There'd be no limits on what prosecutors can do to their political enemies. And they're going to do it to people who are running against them for DA next. And it's just such a violation. And not only a violation of American law and civil liberties, it's actually a violation of the Bible. The Bible instructs judges two things. Don't take bribes. That's obvious. But the number one thing is don't recognize faces. And don't.
That's exactly right. Yes. Do not favor anyone in a court. Yes, that's exactly right. Yes. Continue. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's why it violates every core of American value. That's why this is one of the worst prosecutions I have ever seen. Believe me, I've seen some bad prosecutions, some good ones. I've seen guilty people acquitted and innocent people convicted, but I've never quite seen a prosecution like this. We had to staple together two unrelated statutes, one federal, one state, violate the statute of limitations, violate the rule of law, and concoct a crime.
Aw, no repeat on that? That's a bummer. Anyway, I love hearing from, like, the number one defender of pedophiles. Like, just anytime I'm thinking, like, there's an ongoing issue, okay? I'm like, who to ask? Oh, the number one defender of pedophiles. It's so wild that Fox News simultaneously tries to cater to the QAnon fan base, okay? And then they also turn around and, like, have Alan Dershowitz on. Like, Tucker Carlson has Alan Dershowitz on all the fucking time. Alan Dershowitz defended successfully Jeffrey motherfucking Epstein. He also even wrote articles about how there is a constitutional way to lower the age of consent. Like, that's crazy. He was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein all the fucking time. And yet, like, every conservative is like, save the children, save the children. If you're gay in the vicinity of a child, if you're gay and you adopted a child, you're a pedophile. Literally, like, that's the fucking guy. Like, that's the guy you have on every fucking week, dude. Come on, man.